Welcome to Bioremediation and Dr. Mickey. Today we need to explain what are the innovative approaches to microbial remediation of metal contaminated environments, which including the soil, sediments, the aquatic system and also the nuclear waste as well. All will be explained shortly. Welcome back. Actually, the current approach to the microbial bioremediation of metal, depends on the complexation, oxidation reduction reactions, and also the methylation, and all of these approaches already discussed before. So now we need to explain some of these innovative approaches to the microbial remediation of metal from the soil and also the sediments. So one of these approaches, called the microbial leaching. And we said before, leaching means the microbial able to do the extraction for these metals. So the microbial able to leaching of metal like the lead and zinc, for example, from metal containing soil have successfully been recovered through metal solubilization by some bacteria like the Thiobacillus ferrexidans and also the Thiobacillus thiooxidans. Also the uranium can be precipitated out the soil effluents using the bacteria called Desulfovibrio desulforicans. And this bacteria able to reduce the uranium-6 to uranium-4 within the range of the 20 to 100%. Also another approach to remove the metal from the soil and sediments using the biosurfactants or bioemulsifier as mentioned before. Actually, this is one of the innovative approach to remove the metal from the contaminated soil. So these biosurfactants are the molecules with the soluble in water and also have low molecular weight. So as mentioned before, these biosurfactants monomers are able to aggregate to produce the micelles. So because their small size, the biosurfactant monomers as well as the smaller aggregated structures, which are called the micelles, may freely move through the soil pores. The same also the bioemulsifiers such as the emulsan, able to produce by bacteria called the Acinetobacter. Also, these compounds are able to aid in removal of the metals from the soil and the sediments as well. Another approach called the volatilization. Although the methylation is not a desirable reaction for most metal, especially for the arsenic or the mercury, methylation and volatilization proposed as techniques for the remediation of selenium contaminated soils and also the sediments. So only volatilization, this is the recommended for the selenium contaminated soil. Also the innovative approaches also can be remove the metal from the aquatic systems using acid mine drainage. So the acid mine drain and also mining effluent water containing high amounts of metals are commonly remediated using the wetlands. So this wetlands treatment of acid mine drain has proved to be cost effectively, so not expensive, and also less labor intensive than the traditional chemical treatment, for example. So the wetland treatment of acid mine drainage, this is the highly recommended to remove the metal from the aquatic systems. Another approach also can be used to remove the metal from the surface and also groundwater using the immobilization. You can immobilize the microbial biofilm or maybe viable and non-viable essentially trapped metals as the contaminated water is pumped through. For example, the live immobilized biofilm of the bacteria, this is called the Citrobacter. This bacteria able to immobilized and used to remove the uranium from the contaminated wastewater in both lab and also the field study as well. Another approach can be used in the bioremediation of metal from the marine water as well, seawater. we have few studies using the potential of the microorganism in the remediation of seawater. For example, the use of marine bacteria. This bacteria called the Moraxella. This bacteria able to utilize the copper from the seawater. So the study found the metal binding with the copper using some metabolite called exopolymer from the film producing marine bacteria can be produced by this bacteria and effectively decreasing the copper toxicity. Also, we have some approaches also can be remove the metal from the wastewater. The metal removal from the domestic waste is a better studied system. So the efficiencies of the metal removal vary with the respect to both the waste and the metal type. So it depends what is the metal you have, what is the concentration of the metal, and also what is the waste also including within the wastewater. However, the removal of metals from the wastewater is generally an efficient process, as mentioned before. So we have many innovative approaches to remove the metals from the contaminated environment. We found different approaches from the removal of the metal from the soil and sediments and also from the aquatic system. So the last point we have today also we have some approaches to remove the metals from the nuclear waste. Nuclear waste is sometimes called radiated waste because it's able to produce radiation. So this is the hazardous waste, very dangerous waste. So this nuclear waste actually sometimes containing the combination between the non-radioactive metals and some radioactive metals. So non-radioactive metals such as lead and copper, and radioactive metals including uranium, thorium and radium. All of these called radioactive metals. So actually the current treatment of nuclear wastewater involves the addition of lime, which is effective in precipitating most of the metals out of the solution with the exception of the radium. So other treatment methods also can be involved, including the incineration for some solid waste and filtration or adsorption and the crystallization for the liquid waste. So all of this treatment, this is current treatment. And all you can see just may be called chemical and the physical treatment. So the innovative approach, we can use the variety of biological products like including the tannins, melanins, bacterial chelating agents, microbial polysaccharides and metallothioneins. Or sometimes all microbial cells as well can be used. So as mentioned before, the microorganism able to produce or the biological system can be produce the metabolites. So also sometimes we can use all microbial cells including yeast or fungus and also chitin that have been investigated for the application in the bioremediation of nuclear waste. So even the nuclear waste we can bioremediate the metal from this waste. This is the hazardous waste. So this is the end of this video and I hope you got benefit, and please don't forget to share, like and subscribe and activate the bell to reach all of my new videos. Thank you, good luck and bye bye.